Hey, and welcome back to another update. So let's go through what we've done so far. We've been applying for the SEC, FINRA. This is a super time-consuming process. You're waiting for FINRA to respond, waiting for SEC to respond, getting identifications, and blah, blah, blah. The list goes on, but luckily we're progressing through and just, getting to the final stages and for the final application, which is obviously going to be 2 to 3 months time period to get that up and running. So that's exciting and time consuming at the same time. In terms of the application, we've worked a lot, and as you can see, we have the level one, the majority of the game elements kind of complete. This is not going to be static. We're just going to use this as initial testing to see how people respond and then refine the game. So you can see the screenshot here. Um, and the idea is that we have some early testers that are keen to use our application, and we'll be observing how they interact with the gamification and what they like, what they don't like, so we can start refining that process now. The other elements we've been working on is we tweaked some of the way the investor pages look. So you can see here is a screenshot. Now we list the portfolio. So we always did this, but we removed the risk aspect out of it. This was something because of the SEC and FINRA process. So our plan is to put that back, but we need to use a third party to ensure that those risk elements are correctly explained and everything. So it was for a requirement for FINRA. And you can see now that we've also introduced back in the portfolio page if people want to see it. So not something that we're not necessarily pushing people to, but still allowing people to see the portfolio page and being able to download the PPMs in more detail if they need to kind of drill down into these details. The last thing that we've implemented is the ambassador program. So the ambassador is like an affiliate program like you would with any other affiliate program, but we've taken a different spin on it. We've gamified this as well. So the idea is we initially give $200 from the user, and they have a certain amount of time to get their first $200, and then they're going to get their next $200. The other element is we have levels. So right at the beginning, you have level one, and that just means getting paid per lead. There's all these extra bonus stages to really try to push people through level one, get them hooked into the system, get them used to, what they're allowed to say, what they're not allowed to say, and work with their mentor to really refine their messaging and refine their sales process. So we've been having several meetings with that. There's two significant ones that we just recently had, which went through, how they're kind of talking. So they're talking about wealth. So these are generally influencers on Instagram and other social media websites. So they're normally wealth coaches or other things like that. So the response has been great. They have the stock markets and other kind of assets, but they have none really in strong stable assets, and most are hesitant to recommend cryptocurrencies. So real estate seems to be a very strong asset, and they're really keen to come on board with us, which is a great sign. So we have two early signups. We've only been doing this for a week, and we have several more meetings to come. Most of them are focused in Latin America, and the motivation was because of stability of the currencies in Latin America, and there was a strong need. And talking to some of the investors, real estate investors, getting their currency into USD was an important process to hedge against inflation and other risks more than the physical investment itself. So we've had a great response, and we will keep pushing that over the next few months, especially after we're kind of a little bit further along with FINRA and the SEC. So you can see the screenshot. So as I was saying, level one, we gamified it to get the users onto the system, try to give them loss aversion, so giving them something and then taking it away if they don't meet certain criterias, putting time pressure on that. So that's level one. Level two is about getting returns based on how each individual user performs. And this would be putting them into teams, creating a competitive environment between the teams, and creating monthly challenges for teams. So teams can, basically get higher rewards from each other, taking it from one team to the other team. And the idea here is by using teams, it's a little bit self-regulating, and we're hoping that teams will help each other to achieve those goals. So that's kind of the psychology we're playing, and just very basic teams, 2 or 3 teams maximum, so we can control that leaderboard and control that competition level. That's our strategy so far for the affiliate programs. We're translating the site into English and Spanish for the affiliate programs to encourage that Latin American acquisition. So I think that's all the updates for now. There'll be plenty more coming very, very soon.